Have you ever wanted to make personalized gifts for somebody, but you didn't really know where to start? You always saw people gifting these wonderful mugs, t-shirts, or car decals, but you didn't know how to do it? Well, today I'm going to show you how to make car decals using a Cricut machine. So using a Cricut is super easy, and it's something that I've done a lot to gift. I've gifted t-shirts, I've gifted mugs, and I've done car decals for people. So this is a skill that I think is really cool and definitely a good gift giver, and it's also something good to do on your own. So to begin, we're going to start with learning about the materials that you need to do this, and then we're going to cover the steps you need to make a car decal. And then finally, we're going to talk about how to apply the car decal to the car. So first, the materials. So of course you need a Cricut machine. I have a Cricut Explorer, and that's the one that I'll be using today, but there are many different models and kinds for these machines. The next thing you're going to need is some vinyl. So for car decals, it's really important to have Oracle 651. I don't know if you can see, but that's the kind of vinyl that is good for cars. It's also good if you want to make mugs or tumblers or anything like that because it's dishwasher safe. So of course for a car it's then weather safe, or it's the most weather safe vinyl that you're going to find. So we're going to be making a fall themed decal, so that's why I picked this like orangey brown color. And then next you're going to need what's called a cutting mat, and this is a 12 by 12, which is the biggest you'll need for a car decal, but they do make different sizes of these, but this is a 12 by 12. And then you're going to need a cutting and weeding toolkit. So in my kit came with these 4 things. It comes with a little pair of scissors, this little spatula tool, a little pair of tweezers, and this is what I use the most, it's a little pick. So these are the things that come, or at least came in my toolkit. Then you're also going to need a scraper. So mine came with the machine, but you can buy them separately as well. So it's just like this little scraper. And those are really the only materials that you need to make this, along with a computer. So that's the only other thing. So turning your attention to the computer here, we're going to start learning how to make a Cricut car decal. So first things first is you have to pull up Cricut Design Space, which is what I'm on. When you get a Cricut machine, in the pamphlet comes with a code. You have to make an account. It's a free account that you can make. So once you are on Cricut Design Space, up in the top right corner, right here, there's a green button that says New Project. So you're going to want to click that. And now you'll come to this space that looks a lot like the cutting mat that we looked at before. So I love that Cricut has pre-done images that you can use. I always start there because I think it's so much easier and much more time-saving than trying to create your own. So over on the side here, there's a thing that says Images. So we're going to go and we're going to click that. Now you're going to be able to search. It says search 250,000 plus Cricut images. So I searched for fall images. That's all I searched for. And then a lot of these images you have to pay for, or you have to be a member of the Cricut Access. So over on the side here, I just filter and I just click free. And then I scroll down and all of these images are free. And I really liked this pumpkin. I thought this pumpkin was really cute, this one right here. So you just click on the image and it'll come up down in the bottom corner here. And then you click Add to Canvas. And that's going to pop it right on your screen there. So now if you can tell, the top of the screen and the side has a ruler. So you can measure how big or how small you want your design. So I looked at my car and I thought that a 4x4 image would be really good. So I am going to increase it. There's just like if you're on Word or PowerPoint or anything like that, there's these little boxes on the corners, and that's how you make it bigger. So now that I have my pumpkin here, I decided that I wanted to add some text. So again, right under where we got our image before, there's a big T that says text. If you click on that, your text box is going to pop up. And in that text box, you can type whatever you want. So I decided that I wanted this to say Happy Fall. And then you can pick your font. So I'm going to highlight it. And up in the top, you can pick what font you want. Again, you have to filter for free fonts, or else you're gonna pay, it's $5 a font for the ones that are not free. So I always just come up and I filter free, and also purchases, because I've purchased some before. So these are all the ones that are gonna be free to me right now. So as I scroll through, I like this Trade Gothic display is what it's called. So if you click on it, it'll change the font to that one. And then you can just drag it, again, just like Word or PowerPoint or anything else you're used to, you can just drag it to where you want it. So I'm gonna drag my pumpkin, try to center it, and I think that looks good. So the most important thing when you have two different pieces of material here, so we had an image, which is our pumpkin, and we had text, which is the Happy Fall, is you want to attach it. So over here, where you have your two things, you're going to click both of them, and at the bottom it says attach. And that's just going to attach them together, so you'll cut it all in one. And now you're going to make it. So up on the top, it says make. And then you're going to look at it, it looks good, everything's in frame, continue. And now you want to make sure your laptop is connected by a USB right here to the Cricut machine. So mine is connected. And then it's going to load. Now, if we turn our attention to the Cricut machine, which I have sitting right over here, this is what the machine looks like. I have it turned on already, and now we need to open it. So we're going to click open, and it's going to open up. And now we need to load our vinyl. So we're going to take our mat and peel off the top cover. And I have my vinyl, and you're going to put color side up right in the top corner. So just like this, and you make sure to smooth it down nice and good, and then we're going to load it. So if you look at the machine, it's nice and flat, and you put it right in, and there's a blinking button at the top with an arrow, and you click it, and it's going to take your material. And now I can let go, hands free, and it's holding. And then you'll see at the top, it's blinking, and you just click the blinking button, and it will start cutting. So it will take a minute to cut, but you can now watch it cut. So you can see it's all done because it spit it back out. Again, it won't just spit it out on you and make it drop to the floor. So again, hands off. and that's when I need, it blinks again, so it kind of guides you right through what to push. So I'm going to press this blinking button and it'll release it. So ready? I'm going to press it and it shoots it out, and now I can take it. So now you have to peel it off of the mat, and then we are all done with that mat, and now you just have your vinyl. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see our design is cut in there. Now this is where that tool set comes in handy. So I'm going to take my little scissors and I'm going to cut around the design so I only have the design, because I don't need all this excess material and it'll just make it much harder to cut. So I'll just let that drop to the floor. This is about the size of our design. And now I'm going to take my little pick. For intricate designs, I find that this pick is the only thing that I use. So now what you basically do is you come and you weed out everything that you don't want. So if you pull at the material, this is all the outside border that I don't want and I don't need. So it's all just going to peel off pretty easily, because again, we did not pick an intricate design. And now if you see, there's some little things in the letters that I'm going to need to take off. So really quickly, you just use the pick to pull up the parts of the letters that you don't want. And sometimes this process can take a really long time, but again, we didn't pick a super intricate or super complicated design, because this process is already, can be a long process. So there's our happy fall is all done. And then again with the pumpkins, we're just going to need to take the parts of the pumpkins that we don't want out. This is kind of what our garbage stuff looks like. And we're all done. So that is how to make the decal. Now we have another important part, which is how to apply it. So in order to apply it, we need something called transfer tape. This is just another form of vinyl, and you need to cut a piece that's big enough just to cover your design. So I'm going to cut a big piece just to be safe. I find until you get the sizing down, you always want to cut bigger than you need. So what you're going to want to do is peel at the corner, which sometimes I find is the toughest part because I can't get it separated very easily. So I've been doing this for so long, and this to me is the most time-consuming part. I don't know what it is, but I finally got it peeled, and now we separate it. This white part is garbage, and throw it away. And then you stick this directly on your design. So it's going to look like this. You cover it right up on the front of your design. And this is where this scraper comes in handy, because you're going to want to scrape the whole design down so that it sticks, because the goal is you want this to stick to the transfer tape. So you're just going to rub it, rub it, rub it. So now it's stuck. So now, of course, I don't have a car right here, but I'm going to walk you through how to apply it. So if I were to apply this, if I was at the car, I would clean the car, the spot I want, because it needs to be really clean for this to stick. And then what you want to do is you take the back off of this. So basically there's like a hierarchy of what sticks to what. So our vinyl, our brown, you know, this color brown vinyl is going to stick to the clear transfer tape over the white. So you're going to peel it and it'll stick, as you can see, to the transfer tape. So once you peel it all off, the white, garbage. Now you have your design stuck on this clear, and you stick it to your car window, and you use your scraper again. Same thing we did. Scrape, scrape, scrape it all down and get it stuck to the car. And now the brown part is going to want to stick to the window over the transfer tape. So when it's stuck to the window and you've scraped it and it's stuck, you slowly pull off the clear transfer tape, and our design is going to stay on the car window, and the tape is going to come off. So to conclude, we just discussed the materials you're going to need to make a car decal, the steps that you're going to need to take, and how to apply it to the surface you want. So again, this is great for gift giving. I understand that it is a little bit expensive to buy in the beginning, but the things you can make are just so numerous that it really, you get your money out of it. I've had this for about a year, and I think I've already gotten my money out of it, plus some, in the amount of gifts and the amount of projects that I've done with it. So I think this is something that is really good to know, especially if you wanted to personalize gifts, especially as the holidays are coming up.